Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brie and welcome to part 2 of Baking the Book Tropes. If you missed my first part last month, I said that every single month I kind of want to combine my love for baking and reading into a little mini series here on YouTube where I am going to choose a book trope and then I'm going to try and find a recipe that physically represents that book trope in my head. So from the title, from the thumbnail, you have probably picked up on the fact that today's book trope is forced proximity. And now this is such a fun book trope to read. There's so many books that have this trope that I just love. And the recipe that we are going to be baking today is chocolate lava cakes. Yep, I have made these before and they look a lot more intimidating, and honestly I feel like sound a lot more intimidating than they actually are. It is actually a super quick and easy recipe to make. But I thought this kind of went well with forced proximity because honestly forced proximity is kind of a tricky trope to bake something out of. Like last month, I made rolls and I did the slow burn trope. So rolls take a long time to make, so they're kind of a slow burn dessert. So that was pretty easy for me to figure out what I wanted to make for the slow burn trope. But forced proximity, I was like, and then it hit me because I feel like with forced proximity, there is all this tension that's kind of building up throughout the book. Like a lot of times it is a slow burn, and then maybe you have the one bed trope with the forced proximity. Like the characters are trying to act all calm and cool and collected on the outside, but then once you force them into a situation where they are together, then everything comes undone and it's kind of a pressure cooker, if you will. And I feel like that's what a chocolate lava cake is, because on the outside it looks, uniform. It looks very put together, but then you break it open and it's all ooey gooey warm, spilling out on the inside. So I thought that would be good. We are gonna go bake a few chocolate covered no girl, no, it's just chocolate lava cakes. Honestly, I think it might be a dessert before supper kind of night. Honestly, the past few weeks have been nights like that for me. I'm a chocolate girly, I'm a sweets girly, I'm a dessert girly through and through. Hence why I'm a baker. But first, before we get to baking, I wanted to just quickly go through 10 of my forced proximity book recommendations. First up, one of my most recent reads is Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles, and this is a mystery romance. The female main character moves to this small town to look into the disappearance of her best friend and try to find her best friend after she disappeared. Has a very, very grumpy neighbor, but they end up working together. And this one is forced proximity because they are neighbors. Also, they do not like each other when the book starts, so it's really fun to see that dynamic of kind of enemies to lovers. Not enemy, but definitely a dislike. The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. If you love, I was gonna say Beach Read. I don't know what is wrong with me today. Not Beach Read. If you love Happy Place by Emily Henry, you are going to love this book because it's a very, very similar premise. In this book, two exes have to work together because their best friends are getting married and they are basically tasked with all these things to prep for the wedding. Obviously, they do not want to do this because they're exes, but alas, they do it and they are stuck together for a weekend or a whole week. I love this book. Out of the Woods, another romance book, and this one's a little bit different from your typical romance because it starts with the couple already together and married, but they are just kind of looking for a way to liven up their marriage a little bit. The female main character feels kind of stuck in this rut of life, so they go on this camping trip together for several days, and it's forced proximity because they literally have no other option but to be in a tent with each other and talking about their feelings. The Defender by Anna Huang. This is book 2 in the Gods of the Game series by her. In this one, the captain of the football team is moving in with the nutritionist of the team, but she is also the captain's, or not the captain's, that'd be weird. Nope, the coach's daughter. So obviously she's kind of off limits because it's the coach's daughter, but once they move in together, there is just undeniable attraction, even though they try to keep it away because, like, again, off limits, but once again, with forced proximity, like, someone's always gonna cave. Nora goes off script. This one's a little bit more like outlandish. I guess they're kind of all a little outlandish. They're all works of fiction, so. But in this one, Nora goes off script. Nora is a screenwriter, I think is what it's called. And for her latest screenwriting project, they're actually filming at her house, and the actor, like the lead actor, this very famous actor, he decides that after finishing up filming, he wants to stay at her house because he just like loves it so much, and he loves like being away from all the attention of Hollywood and everything. Like, he just wants to escape a little bit. So he is basically like paying her to rent out a room to live at her house for a while. This was so fun, and honestly, I had been putting off reading this book for so long, but I think it's actually like my favorite Annabelle Monaghan book now. For better or worse, I'm pretty sure I actually mentioned this one for slow burn as well. Like, once again, the forced proximity and slow burn kind of go hand in hand, I feel like. But this one's a little bit of enemies to lovers because the two main characters have to work on this baking show together. They do not like each other one bit, but they end up kind of fake dating to have like more buzz about their show because they want their show to succeed, obviously. So when people are like, oh my gosh, they're dating, it's a love story, and then they can watch them on the show, like, people fall for that, right? But as they are obviously forced to spend more time together for this cooking show and for the like PR stunt, they are forced together and they end up falling for each other. I had to mention it. The cabin, that's all I'm gonna say. A Dawn of Onyx, this is a romantasy series. In this one, the female main character that we're following is a very, very skilled healer. She is trying to run away with her brother and her mom, but she ends up getting kidnapped, and she's kidnapped by the Onyx King, who is like not a great person. Like, she does not like how his ruling is going. There's these wars and whatnot going on, and he basically wants her because she has these very, very useful healing skills. He wants her to heal his soldiers, basically. So he is like holding her captive, but then they end up like forming a friendship because she is like, literally all that I want to do is find my mom a cure for her illness. So he's like, okay, I'll like take you around and help you look for the cure and whatnot. So he's like being nice to her, and obviously she's like being held captive, so that's where the forced proximity comes in. But this is such a great enemies to lovers romantasy series. I cannot recommend it enough. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This one's about a girl who can like see visions of the future. There are a bunch of other girls like her who are called diviners, and like one by one these diviners are going missing. So she wants to look into where they're going, why they're going missing. She gets teamed up with a knight to basically like go on this journey. Obviously they're like going on this quest together, trying to look into this, and they're stuck together for a while looking into this, which is obviously forced proximity. And lastly, Rose in Chains. This is kind of a book like Alchemized. So the female main character, once again, is being held captive by like her enemy. Yeah, but they are attracted to each other, and you know where this is going. So those are some of my favorite books with the forced proximity trope. Now let's go make these chocolate lava cakes. You guys, I accidentally did 2 tablespoons of flour instead of 2 teaspoons. They may not turn out. Don't make the same mistake I did. We're gonna still bake and see what happens though. Fair warning, they might not have turned out.
Okay. I believe in you. I bet they did.
They still turned out. Let's taste.
Yeah, they look good.
Well, I accidentally put 2 tablespoons of flour instead of teaspoons.
Whoa. Is it hot?
I mean, it's warm.
Whoa.
So good. Maybe you should do 2 tablespoons of flour instead of 2 teaspoons, because it's pretty good. Okay, that is all for this little baking the book trope video. Like I said, this is super quick and easy, and honestly, I did make a little goof, but it was not the end of the world. Like, you literally could not tell a difference. Like I said, I have made this before, and literally, I could not tell the difference from making it before and then messing up this time. I love baking, I have a lot of fun doing it, and I love putting like a bookish twist on it. But yeah, these lava cakes, 10 out of 10. I feel like I kind of want to try making them with like milk chocolate or something next time. I don't know if they'll turn out exactly the same way. I kind of want to experiment with it a little bit since I've made it a few times now. But yeah, it was delicious. We demolished those after supper. Comment what book trope you want me to bake next. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel down below if you aren't already. I post twice a week, so I will see you back very, very soon with another video. And next month with another Baking the Book Trope video. Bye!